The LIV Tour kicked off. The LIV Tour, London, going head-to-head with the PGA. We talked about the fact they got 5 of the top 15 biggest audience in terms of the PGA. Ricky Fowler. They've got Graham McDowell. That's not one of them, but he's a good guy. They've got Phil Mickelson. They've got Dustin Johnson. They've got Bryson DeChambeau, Patrick Reed. Those guys have all left the PGA. Well, the minute that they teed off in London this morning, the PGA Tour came out and said, these guys are banned for life. Kind of, right? Like they basically said, oh, you're banned. You're not going to be able to play in PGA-related events. Banned for life's the wrong phrase. I shouldn't have said that. Banned for some indeterminate period at this point in time. Here's the thing. If I ran a sports television network, I would be negotiating like crazy to try to get the LIV broadcasts on my network. Heck, we'll cover it like crazy at Outkick because we like to cover golf. And I don't begrudge any athlete who made the choice as a golfer to go play on the LIV Tour as opposed to staying on the PGA Tour. They are able to go make their own choices, just like athletes are in other sports when it comes to maximizing the best possible money for they and their family. And look, this whole Saudi Arabian focus, as I've been telling you all week, is the PGA using the sports media to do their dirty work. And let me tell you, I know a little bit about the sports media. As one of the members of the sports media with the biggest audience out there, who has built one of the biggest sports media companies from independence to sell that is out there. There are really 3 of us who are content guys, Bill Simmons, Portnoy, and me, in terms of building substantial businesses that were bought, right? I understand the sports media, whether you love or hate me. Every one of these sports writers who is showing up at these press conferences and suddenly grilling all of these golfers, the same dudes who never ask questions about the NBA in China, the same dudes who have never asked a question about all of the relationships with Middle Eastern entities and soccer teams, all of a sudden they're doing the bidding of the PGA Tour and they are grilling everyone affiliated with the LIV Tour over the Saudi Arabia connections. And by the way, they're ignoring the fact that the president of the United States is going to go to Saudi Arabia, kiss the ring, bend the knee, beg for more oil to be produced so we don't have $5 a gallon gas. And they're not going to say a word of criticism for Joe Biden about that. All of these guys, if Saudi Arabia started a brand new sports media company, if the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which is diversifying into a wide variety of different brands, if they said, hey, we want to have a big sports media company, we want to compete with everybody out there who's writing about sports online, and we want to pay more money than anybody else has been in order to cover sports from a written perspective, and we will pay every one of you guys sitting in this press conference right now $100,000 more to do the exact same job that you do now, to work for us. Do you know what percentage of those sports writers who are right now going after every one of these golfers and everybody who's employed by LIV, do you know what percentage of those sports writers would take the job from the Saudi Arabian media company? Almost 100% of them. Because they would say, show me the money, you show me the money, I'm not going to be too concerned about the people that are cutting my paycheck. So the hypocrisy is galling to me. Okay? And I don't care otherwise. If you are an athlete and you want to show up and you want to lecture me about politics, but then you shut up and dribble for China, then I think you should be called out. If you are an athlete or you are a sports organization and you just say, hey, you know what? I don't really care about every single country's laws relative to the United States law. I'm going to make the best decision for me and my family as long as it's legal. I got no problem with it, right? My problem is league hypocrisy. When the NBA says to Charlotte, North Carolina, you can't host the All-Star game because of a transgender bathroom bill, and then they're willing to go to the UAE where gay people can be killed for being publicly gay, because the UAE will pay them a lot of money, well, I'm sorry, that hypocrisy deserves to be called out. But if you're the UFC if you're the LIV Tour, if you are the WWE, if you are willing to go all over the world to put on your events, and you say, look, we love America, we love Western Europe, we like the values that exist there, it's where most of our people are based, but it's not our job to tell people in other parts of the world what they can or cannot do in their countries. We're just trying to serve the biggest possible audience. That's not hypocrisy. And if you happen to make more money in that way, more power to you. And again, I'm guaranteeing you that all of those sports writers, I know them. I know they're money-grubbing guys at the depths of their soul. If you gave them $100,000 extra, they would start writing for a Saudi Arabian-owned sports media company in a heartbeat. In fact, if Saudi Arabia really wanted to put them on the spot, they would just put $100 million into a sports media company, and they could go sign up every single one of their critics, and they would go and sign the contracts, and next thing you know, Saudi Arabia would never come up. That's the truth.